Namaskar, namaskar, namaskar. How are you, dear friend? So, welcome. Here we are live on different platforms, and let me just check as people come live. Earlier lives, we used to play a little bit of video before we came on, but today we decided that we'll just come on straight. The reason is that during replays, many people didn't realize video hai ki nahi hai. So today we're going to do some interaction. All right. So even whichever platform that you're engaging in this conversation with me on, um, there's going to be interaction in this. So I want you to be prepared for that, because once we start interacting, that is when such kind of class is of value. So a quick thing about what are these series? What is this entire series about? These series are this series is part of uh, what you may call a set of master classes, which are based on workshops that I do for corporates. So I do these workshops for organizations, and I thought that I will be doing at least one live every week for people to get value. Typically, I've been doing it on Tuesdays. So I'm supposed to be doing it tomorrow, but I'm doing it today because I'm traveling tomorrow. So I don't know if I'll get high signal strength there. So I said I'll do it today. So here we are, and I see quite a few people there. So welcome everybody, and great. I'm seeing a lot of comments coming in. I'll be reading the comments also in a while. So let me tell you what this today's masterclass is going to be about. It is something which you may find of value because I have been using it throughout my life. It's called creating reinvention as a habit. That's right. Not just once, as a habit. Just like brushing your teeth is there, we create reinvention in such a way that we don't find ourselves being pressured. ये कब करना चाहिए? So consider it is an ongoing thing which we have to keep doing. So that is what my intention is with this particular masterclass, which is today. So let's start hearing from you all. We've got quite an interesting number of people on Facebook. Hello, we've got some people coming from Kerala. Mukesh Kumar Roy is there on. Mukesh, this particular workshop is going to be in English, and so I want you to pull this towards you, my friend. Okay, because there are a lot of people who understand English. This is particular being aimed at them, and so that's how it is. And there are quite a few people from LinkedIn also there. All right, so let's begin. Are we ready? So if you're ready, since this is going to be an interactive course, if you're ready, just say yes. All right. So I'm kind of going to be going through your comments also. If you're ready, say yes. Say yes. Love you, sir. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay, say. I want to hear yes. Visit Tripura. All right, guys, pull this conversation towards you. Okay. So, welcome. Welcome to this interesting space. And let me tell you, I'm delighted to be here with you today. This is going to be a nearly 45-minute conversation. It's a class in which you will find out something about yourself. You will understand the value of reinvention, which I'm sure most of us know, but also you will find out ways in which you can start doing something about it. So let's start with something very, very simple. Right. So when was it? When was it last time that you did something for the very first time? Okay. So just take a pause and think about it. When was it last that you did something for the very first time? All right. So even as you're thinking, let me share with you. So, so I began my career as an actor. Then I came to Mumbai and started doing different kinds of films, many films I did. And then I also did films down south and across languages, 11 languages. And, I became known as a powerful villain. Yes. And that was an image which stayed with me through the 300 plus films that I may have done over the last 32 years. Now, there is something called the image when people believe that that's what you are. And over a period of time, you start believing in it yourself. And I realized something, that if I stick to that image, if I start believing in that image, then whatever that I'm going to be tomorrow, I'm going to be a fossil from the past, a name from the past, doing something which was from the past. But life had other plans. Life nudged me. Life sometimes even pushed me. It asked me to reimagine myself. And I did. People call it reinvention. I call it reimagining myself. So over the years, I reimagined myself as a motivational speaker, as a traveler, as a podcaster. By the way, today I've been, we're coming up with a very, very interesting podcast. It's called With Ashish. Right. So we've been recording that today, whole day I've been recording that. So I reimagined myself in different things. And that's the forms that you see me online or otherwise. Essentially, I have kept on finding new ways to be relevant, to stay alive. And that's at the heart of today's conversation. Reinvention as a habit. Now, why do I say reinvention as a habit? Because this is not a one-time process. Because each time that you feel that you're not required, you become a fossil. We are living, but we become living fossils. People only have stories of the past about us. Ab pehle karte the, you used to, or I say I used to. But the one way out of becoming a fossil, a living fossil, is if we keep moving. And I discovered that if I keep evolving, if I keep discovering, then I will not remain a relic that was once upon a time. And you know that. You know that. You know the pain, and how dangerous and how horrible it feels. And it's worse than being a failure. It's not even rejection. It's a feeling that people are actually saying, sometimes in muted voices, sometimes on your face, that you're outdated. And you and I have seen brilliant people become outdated. In my career, I've seen actors, I've seen so many leaders. I mean, I've seen professionals across different fields who once were top of the game, but then they stopped learning. They stopped experimenting. They stopped pushing their own envelope. Possibly they said that, "Theek hai na, I've reached where I've reached and I'm known for all this." And people also gave them that feeling that they are too good. They are the gods. They become legends. And very painful it is when you see them now irrelevant. It's becoming a fossil. Once upon a time, a great, but now only a memory. You've seen such people, haven't you? Yep. All right. But remember, this conversation is not about others. It's about you, the person who's listening to this conversation. So I want to ask you, where in your life are you actually seeing yourself becoming a fossil? Yes. Where in your life are you seeing yourself becoming a fossil? It's a straight talk. And I want you to look at your career. I want to look at your relationships. I want you to look at the areas of your dreams. I want you to give a hard look at it. And let me share an interesting story. Somebody whom I really look up to, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. Remember the super duper star of the 70s. and the 80s. And then came a time when he was down and out. And he stayed down and out for a while. And then how did he come back? He reinvented himself. He went through that, I'm sure, such a difficult phase of moving from films to television. Can you believe it? Kaun Banega Karodpati, KBC. This gentleman reimagined himself. From a hero, he became a host. And guess what? Now, just look at what that host has become, the most extraordinary hero back again. Just look at companies around you, my friend, that pivot from one industry to the other when times are needed. They remain valuable because they have refused to fossilize. Be it humans, be it organizations, reinvention, each one of us should know, is not a one time event. You don't do it only when life forces you. You create it as a daily practice for yourself. Daily practice. You don't just brush your teeth once in a while. Huh? It's not once in a while, it's daily. So let's now start looking at how does one make reinvention a habit. Are you ready for that? Yeah. Now, at each moment, I'm asking you this question: are you ready for it? Because this is not an informative masterclass. No, none of my workshops are informative, they are experiential. The point is not to stun you with some bit of knowledge because you already know everything. The point is for you to be waking up and saying, I want to take action on my life. Because each of these conversations is for you, only you, my friend. It's not for you to listen to tales about others, not even tales about me. No, it's not important. What's important is you see an opening for yourself. So, what I'm sharing with you in a nutshell in 45 minutes is what I do in a more in depth way in a workshop. So, this is an opportunity for you to take more for your life. Ready for that? All right, great. So, I'm now sharing with you 5 habits of continuous reinvention. You may take notes. So, number 1, you you choose curiosity over certainty. One thing is very clear: certainty. And one is, let me see. Now, the moment you start thinking that, I know it. Yeah, yeah, I know it. Yeah, 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 yeah. I know it. You began to you began to fossilize. The moment you say, yeah, 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 I've been there, and yeah, 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 I've been there. I mean, I have so many years. Yeah, 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 yeah. You've begun to fossilize, my friend. So therefore, stay curious. When somebody's sharing something with you, start looking at that thing which you think you may have done. How else is that person exploring and explaining to you? What else could it mean for you? So I will share something very interesting. So years back, I had gone down to somewhere near Dalhousie, my friend's village, Palampur, and my friend and his wife and all the family, they're all gone. They're gone for a drive. We all went for a drive, and we went up a hill. We went down to this place called Parashar. There's a Parashar lake, and when we returned, my friend's wife, she tells me, Ashish, पहली बार पहाड़ में आया ना? And I said, नहीं मैं पहले आ चुका हूँ. अच्छा? I realized that the excitement that I showed throughout the trip, the excitement with which possibly at that time I was not blogging, but I used to take photographs. The excitement that I may have shown throughout that trip made her think that I was going up to a hill for the first time. As opposed to that, I could have said, yeah, हाँ देखा है ना. ले में I've seen इससे ज़्यादा लंबा देखा. हाँ, बाकी हिमाचल में ये देखा, मनाली के उधर ये देखा. No. By nature, I am wanting somebody explains to me, पता है, ऐसे चढ़ते हैं यहाँ पे पहाड़ों में. I'll say, अच्छा, okay, all right, okay, okay, like that. Not saying, हाँ, मुझे पता है यार. You know how many hills have, like stuff like that. So I allow people to light up things that I may not know about that thing, which I think I know. And thanks to that, I've been learning and people teach me. My team is filled with youngsters, all of them much, much younger than me. And they feel free to share anything that they want. In fact, my entire journey into social media is thanks to them. Swapnil, Divya, keep sharing things. And I didn't know what reels was. I didn't know what vlogs were. And they kind of kept sharing. And then I kind of picked up a camera and then I started shooting. By the way, I also learned editing on my own, through apps and all that. They keep me abreast with the social media trends. Now, even I keep them abreast, yes. Because that curiosity has allowed me to trace out things and find out things. And we, in fact, joke, hey, listen, I found that before you. So, that curiosity keeps me fresh, and that's what I'm inviting you to. Point number one, go past your certainty, I know it, to what else could be possible. Okay? Number one, curiosity over certainty. And the second point, which I think is very important, are steps. Let them be small steps, but take those steps. Every week, do something new. I continuously do something new because I want to push myself. A new style of speaking, I kind of look for how else can I be speaking? What else can I be? What other way of storytelling can I take on? And each time I'm doing that, I know that a new skill is coming into my understanding. It's a new route that I'm taking to tell a story that I've always wanted to tell. And those small changes over these years have given me amazing big results because suddenly people are saying, you know what? You're now a food vlogger. When did that happen? It happened because I was eating a vada pav and I filmed it. And then I went to a restaurant and I covered it. May I share another very interesting thing? When I go and shoot at restaurants, they will just say, hey, welcome, sir. And then they look around. I said, what are you waiting for? I said, your team. And I tell them that I'm the team. Because I've got my camera, I've got my lights in a bag, and I just set it up and I shoot myself. Experiments, small steps, which have now become part of me. I now own it. I'm now ready for the next ones. Point number 3. That's a very important one. It's something which we hate doing, which is getting uncomfortable. Because I promise you, every step, that small step that you take for reinvention actually feels very awkward. I promise you that. In fact, you are feeling awkward, and somebody like me, extreme optimism. Okay, I'm extremely optimistic about things that I kind of chalo karte hain. And then you got optimism, you got a wonder, and you're playing, and then people are meeting you, people who have an image of you. If you're not uncomfortable, they are there to make you feel uncomfortable with whatever they say. I remember as I began doing my talks, people would come up to me and say, "How come you are here, sir? How come you're an actor, right? How come you are here?" So imagine I'm walking into a place and people looking at, how come you are here? I in fact told them, listen, I'm okay because I can be anywhere. Tell me, which is the place that you think you cannot be in? See, I could become uncomfortable with what they said and would never go there because, look, yeah, they don't expect me to be there. What will they be thinking? But discomfort that I got, which, say, even for others, that they were uncomfortable. Something wasn't fitting their understanding of me. It meant that I was growing. I was growing beyond the roles that they perceived me in. You getting a sense of it? Look for yourself, my friend. Not just my story. Look for yourself. How you can be doing something which is going beyond the perception that you have for yourself. perception that others have of you. And you have to be brave enough to step in, even though you're feeling uncomfortable, you're feeling awkward. What if they think? And I promise you, when you're somebody who's well known, it becomes even more difficult. Yes. What will they say? What if they say, Ajkal, he's coming and giving talks? I went through all of that and I said, Hata Savangi Gata. I will do things that inspire me. Now, point number 4. Very, very important. So consider that reinvention is not just about doing new things. So here I'm doing new things, but I'm also listening. So while I'm listening, I'm also listening to people who are saying, oh, how come you're here? But when you go beyond that, then you're listening to what is it that the world needs. Because as I stepped into those worlds which were not supposed to be mine, I started listening to people who otherwise I would not have any access to. I was new to LinkedIn also. I was new to people who use LinkedIn. And here I was at symposia, at large events. And I started listening for things that the corporate world needs, what they are wanting at this point of time. I also happen to be listening to younger voices because the world, as you grow older, is filled with more younger voices. For me, I say that it's more like listening to life whispering to me, change. Because, you know, you will be valuable only when you cater to the requirement of people today. And that's why listening is important. And now comes number 5, which I think is the most important one. And you may say the most difficult one too. Ready to listen to it? It's about letting go. Letting go. Yes. Perhaps the toughest thing. But letting go of your old identity. Letting go of your old being known for this. Letting go of your sticking to the perception that you had created in the past. So for years, people have called me an actor, a villain. And I said, okay, they've called me and I've become famous because of that. People know me all over the country and the world, possibly. The Indian diaspora knows me. But you know, I'm more than that. There's more to me. And for that, for me to accept, even for myself, that there's more to me, I had to gently let it go from saying that I'm an actor to I'm also an actor. And that's when I could step into a world which called me. The world of being a storyteller, being somebody who's committed that people see something amazing in their life, somebody who's a traveler, who finds stories which are inspiring and shares it with others. I'm a seeker. I appreciate things. I appreciate places. I appreciate food. I celebrate life. But for me to really explore my dimensions, I had to release myself from the trap that I'm only that one thing, which is an actor. Are you getting a sense of it? Are you getting for yourself that you have a past? You have a past in which you have been successful. Some of you also have a past in which you have not been successful. Do you know? The way ahead is letting go of both of these things, success and failure. Quick question. Which of these do you practice? Tell me honestly. Which of these habits of letting go, or these 5 that I've just mentioned, Which of these habits you practice and which do you resist? You know you want to, but you know you need to, you know you have to. I, I should do, but you resist. So let's make this real. All right. So this is just not a convers. It's not a speech. This is a conversation which I'm talking to you. Let's make this real, dear friend. Grab a piece of paper or just reflect quietly. Okay. And feel free to use the comment section that you let me know as you're working with me. If you're ready for that, type in yes. All right. So I will go on with this. But if you're ready to work with me, because there'll be a few people that I will be working with here, if you choose to. Because when I do the workshops, people work with me one on one, you know. But here, some of you may want to work with me. So you can put in your comments if you're ready for that. Just type in yes. What's one area of your life that you actually know that you need to reinvent right now? You know that. What's one area of your life that needs reinvention right? And you know it. Slightly uncomfortable? Well, then you are going the right way because you're actually looking at that area. You're staring at it. Write it down. Identify it. Let that area know that you have identified it. That's the beginning. Okay? Again, as I said, write it down on that paper. If you wish, you can work with me in person and you can put it in comments and I will work with you. Right? So you've written that one area of your life which needs reinvention right now. Got it. Now, I want to ask you the second one. What's one belief that you may need to let go to move forward? What is that one limiting belief? Something that's limiting you from going forward. Write it down on that piece of paper or write down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. If someone wants to share live, please type it in. I'll wait for a moment. Okay. Uh, do we have someone here? Anybody willing to work with me? Uh, can't read the comments very clearly. People are checking. How am I? I'm doing good. Okay, somebody's written it's AI, artificial intelligence. What is AI? What's the what's the context? Ah, okay. I found somebody here. Once again, finding purpose. All right, you're dealing with that. Okay, got it. Thinking I'm not enough. All right, I've exhausted all my options. Thank you, Anirudh. Thank you for sharing that. And I want to thank you because what you just shared is something which is got it, Sargi. Yeah, already enough talented people out there. What's my moat? Moat? What's moat? I know goat. What's moat? Most. So what is it? Anybody clarifying what's moat? Let me just check. Leaving and letting go things which are out of control. Also at the same time. Also at the same time, appreciate whatever great things have every day and make maximum. Yes, I love it. Okay, I love it. What you're doing is that you're sharing things from your life which need attention. Okay, so you feel exhausted. A lot of people doing things, stuff around you. Am I enough? So you are right. Get it? You're right. You're feeling exhausted. Yeah, you're tired. Don't resist it. Okay. Now just check why are you tired. When you are fresh, when you're excited, you're not tired. There's something about this present existence which tires you. And now look at yourself as I'm speaking to you. Each one of us feels exhausted when one feels that you can't do anything about it. So, right at the beginning of this exercise, as you began to look at that area of your life, I want you to get that area of your life, if you keep looking at it, saying that, hey, you are identified. I'm going to work on this. I won't let you sit quietly and keep de-energizing me, sapping me of my energy, demotivating me. So look at it and please get that that area that you're looking at does need your attention. As you're looking at others around you who are doing more, you're right. Yes, yes. You're not wrong. No, no, they are not. No, they are doing more. And you are speaking the truth. Now, just look. And even if you say they aren't doing more, you're just saying that they are taking more credit. Got it? Because they are more useful. Because what is that quality that they bring in today that at some point you used to bring, but today you aren't bringing? Obviously, that's why they are getting more attention. They are also possibly getting more results. Now, there's no point in getting upset with people saying that people are unfair, they don't like me, and all that. I promise you, if you're precious, even if they don't like you, they will never ignore you. Yeah. You know, let me first acknowledge you for one thing. What a whole lot of people who have shared this, I love this step because you are sharing things and you're getting these need not be some big gigantic thing, those small things that matter. And I promise you that is where your results are going to be. This area is the important one for you to get, that if I am feeling this way in this situation, it means that I need to be working on that area on me, and which is very clearly I need to stay valuable. The entire game is that things are not constant. It's about, sometimes it's about picking up a new tool while you're at that same work which you have been doing for your years. Because each new tension like this, each new challenge like this is actually a doorway to a fresher and a more alive version of you. Because as you go through, as you recognize, hey, listen, I'm not being wanted as much as I was earlier, then you start looking at what are the qualities that people are bringing to the fore, that they are being valued. And I promise you, because if you are in that profession, that is something which is learnable. It is something that you can be adept at. And again, there's a magical thing here. I'm going to let you know. When you reinvent, something magical happens to you. When you start learning and say that, hey, listen, I was earlier seeing myself only in that one role, but there is more to me. I'm not just that. There is more to me. And I promise you, the moment you start reinventing and you say, you know what, I can remain valuable because I can now do it again and again and again. And what is that? The ability to learn new things, the ability to adapt, because you are seeing it, my friend. You are seeing that you need to do it, but something is holding you back. Now start looking at that. What is it that is holding you back? And you will be surprised. It is not that horrible boss or that some other horrible peer. It is somebody whom you love, which is you. Because that you is also telling you, hey, I've been here for so long. Sometimes that you whom you love complains about life, tells you how world has changed. They don't value people anymore. Life and world will always value people who add value. You just have to adapt and offer the things that the world needs. In your career, people see you as someone, when people see you as somebody who's adapting and not somebody who's resisting change, your valuation will change. Again, this is not going to happen overnight, But people at work are continuously looking for people who are willing to grow, willing to evolve continually. You will see this in relationships too. You'll see yourself. Are you growing in relationships, or drifting apart because you're sticking to a way of the past which is no longer valid? And for yourself also, something very important that I've discovered for myself, I'm not clinging to past applause. Past applause is done, gone. I say to myself, as I say to my team, great job, well done, wah wah, what next? Yep. I'm not, that's got it, did well. Each of my talks, each of my workshops, means I'm going off away to Shillong now for another talk. It's going to be a whole new talk. It's a client which has a complete different ask. The same Ashish Vidyarthi is going, who was there day before yesterday speaking in Pune, the day before that speaking in Hyderabad, is the same guy. But you know what? What he's going to deliver is different, because each one of these are bespoke conversations. How is that possible? Because I am ready to continuously evolve, continuously create, continuously add value in ways beyond what I've done in the past. And that's my USP. That's why they call me. And guess what? That's what keeps me excited about life. So today, after a whole day, a really long day of shooting back to back podcasts, today here I am with you. I hope the energy is good. How's the energy, my friends? Anybody wants to comment on my energy today? How are you feeling about it? Hello, hello, hello. I like the way you present something that comes with experience. Of course. Got it. LinkedIn user saying that. So I am excited because I'm not clinging to yesterday's applause or yesterday's failures. I am ready to create something afresh to add more value on a daily basis, because I have realized that value is not permanent. The value that I used to add and I've added is not permanent. It's a renewable thing. I need to renew my license. And reinvention is how you renew your license of staying valuable. That's it. That's it. It's your effort, my friend, your effort to be at the center of this ever growing, pulsating, changing world. And you are the person who is continuously learning, evolving, listening what is needed, and giving up on your past victories and failures, and say to yourself, I am ready to the next challenge because I am now brighter. Remember, each one of you who has been there for a while, as I have been for a while, I have the wisdom, I have the ability, I've honed myself, I have a work ethic. And guess what? All that I need to do is to now adapt it to the new world. Reinvention is not a survival thing, for me. No, it's not. It's a celebration. I've celebrated being an actor. I've celebrated being a actor across languages that I don't know. I've celebrated that. I'm celebrating the fact that I've been a speaker now for so many years. I create workshops. I celebrate it. Each one of them is a new thing. I celebrate it. Last 3 or 4 years, 3 years now maybe, I'm celebrating being on social media, vlogging, food vlogging, travel vlogging, doing motivational sessions online. I'm celebrating it because each new reinvention for me is not something which is cumbersome. It is something which I enjoy. So here's my challenge for you. Yep. Or do you want to hear that as an invitation? Okay. Here's my invite to you, my friend. This week, pick up one step, one small reinvention. Change something that you've been doing over the past. You can change your morning routine. You can be changing what you've been reading. You can alter the way you're talking to people. You can alter the way you have been looking at issues. You can be changing the timing of how much you have been spending doing something and change the rhythm. Because you know what? The moment you get that you can be in a new way with the changes, that small changes that you're making, seemingly small changes, you will notice that life is not holding on to who you were. And you will discover even you are not holding on to how you were. You can see yourself in a whole different light. It's about you discovering yourself in your facets, in your ways, in new ways, again and again and again, so that you discover that every time you can become something more. Does that inspire you? Does that inspire you to be somebody who's really surprising herself and saying that I can do more in more ways than I ever imagined? Yes, so we are at the 41st minute of our conversation. And as I come to the end of this masterclass, I want to thank each one of you for spending your time and giving your amazing energy to me. You know what? This is a commitment that I have because I know that each one of us, our life is going to be longer than our existing expertise. Our life is going to be much longer than our existing profession. So, therefore, all that I do is to remind myself and remind you, don't fossilize. Stay alive, stay curious, and stay valuable. Do let me know what you thought of this class. As I told you, this is part of a workshop. If you want this workshop for your organization, for anyone else, you can reach out to us. A link is right here. And do share uh, this class with anyone else that you think that this may add value to you. Also, let me know in the comments which other burning topic would you want me to create something for you. I would love to do it. I plan to be here once a week. Whenever I get the time, I will do it. I'm really excited about it. Cheers and love. Gotta go. You have an extraordinary life ahead. Thank you for your listening.